Being a great boss means recognizing that each employee needs something different from you. Marcus Buckingham examined Gallup surveys of 80,000 managers and found that the top performers discover and capitalize on what is unique about each employee. They think carefully about people's strengths and their quirks and figure out ways to translate everyone's talents into performance. Think of it like this. Average managers play checkers, while great managers play chess. In checkers, all the pieces are alike and they all move the same way. In chess, there are many kinds of pieces and you can't win unless you put the differences to good use. Tailoring roles to individual employees might sound like a lot of work, but capitalizing on each person's uniqueness is well worth the effort. It saves time for both managers and employees, makes workers more accountable, builds stronger teams, and challenges the status quo. First, let's talk about why this method saves time. No one, however talented, is perfectly well-rounded, and making people do tasks that don't suit them rarely gets good results. Employees are far more efficient and effective when doing things that draw on their strengths. Consider the story of Michelle, a manager at the drugstore chain Walgreens. She tailored the tasks of her employee, Jeffrey, because he wasn't much of a people person, but he excelled at arranging new merchandise. So instead of cajoling him into smiling more at customers, she made organizing the store Jeffrey's entire job. Standard practice was to put each employee in charge of a single aisle, but letting Jeffrey stock every single shelf let his gift for precision shine through. The second benefit of capitalizing on uniqueness is that employees become more accountable. Michelle challenged Jeffrey to make his organizing skill the cornerstone of his contribution to the store, to take ownership for this ability, to practice it, and to refine it. As he got better and better, the store looked better and better. Capitalizing on people's uniqueness also builds stronger teams. Employees begin to appreciate one another's skills and see that coworkers can fill in where they themselves are lacking. With Jeffrey in charge of keeping the shelves stocked, other employees were freed up to do what they loved best, serve customers. And here's the fourth benefit, challenging old assumptions. As a result of customizing roles, companies become more inquisitive, intelligent, and agile. When Michelle started recasting job descriptions to fit her employees, performance improved across the store. Soon they were selling more and getting higher customer satisfaction scores. It paid off for the team and the company as a whole. Before you can put people's qualities to their best use, you need to learn 3 things about each employee: what his strengths are, what triggers activate those strengths, and how he learns best. First, to figure out employees' strengths, great managers spend time observing people in action and seeing how they respond to events. Try asking your employees, what was the best day you've had at work recently and why, and what was the worst day? The answers will help you to see what people are drawn to and what they struggle with. As you're learning about your employees, remember that a strength isn't always something a person is good at. It might simply be something she enjoys and will work to improve. By the same token, a weakness isn't always something a person is bad at. It might be something she dislikes and finds draining. Although you're looking at both qualities, Buckingham, the author of the article this video is based on, believes you should focus on strengths. Research he and the Gallup organization have done suggests you'll get more out of your employees by amplifying their strengths than by attending to their weaknesses. Once you've determined your employees' strengths, you may need to trigger them. People's gifts aren't always on display, and everybody's triggers are different. Lisa's might relate to time of day. Maybe she's a night owl. Jamal might crave attention from you, and Kate might want independence. No matter who you are, one of the most powerful triggers is recognition. Each person cares about winning recognition from a particular audience, and it's your job to discover who that audience is and design recognition accordingly. Here's a case in point. Manjeet, another Walgreens employee, was an exceptional salesperson, but that wasn't always so. Manjeet's boss, Jim, knew that as a former athlete, she loved competition and public acclaim. So he covered the walls in his office with graphs showing employee performance. Soon her scores topped all the charts. Other employees fed off of Manjeet's success, and their scores rose too. Before long, the store was #1 in the company's suggestive selling program. The third thing you need to discover is how each employee learns best. There are many different approaches, but research shows that the most common styles are analyzing, doing, and watching. Claudia, a merchandising manager at clothing store Ann Taylor, is an analyzer. She understands a task by taking it apart, examining its elements, and reconstructing it piece by piece. To teach someone like Claudia, You should role play, do post-mortem exercises, break performance down into its parts, and give her time to prepare. Jeffrey, the employee who excelled at merchandise displays, learns best by doing. He figures things out as he goes along. To teach someone like Jeffrey, you should assign specific tasks and let him tackle the job himself, gradually increasing the complexity of the tasks until he has mastered every aspect of the role. Allow him to make mistakes too. They're one of his best learning tools. Watchers need to see the whole picture. For them, studying the individual parts of a task would be about as meaningful as looking at the individual pixels of a digital photo. The best way to teach a watcher is to have him ride shotgun with a top performer. Everyone has his own way of succeeding. The key to being a great manager is to take advantage of those individual styles. By asking the right questions, squeezing the right triggers, and understanding their learning styles, you will discover what motivates your employees to excel.